everybody, welcome back to the channel. Fun day today. It's going to be a long day. We're going to be overseeding the yard. So I have a little over half an acre, I believe. So it comes out, what I've measured, it's about a little over 12,000 square feet of grass. So there's going to be 7 steps I'm going to do today. First is I mowed the whole yard and actually mowed it about half the height of what I normally mow. So normally I mowed about 3-ish inches. Today I mowed it about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 I think is what the setting was. So it's definitely, unfortunately it looks a little rough, but this is something that I think is a necessity because it removes material off of the top and allows you to get more access to the seed bed, which is the dirt. So we need to have good seed to soil contact for this to work and for this to be worth the money we're spending, because unfortunately stuff like this is not super affordable anymore, especially when you're buying higher quality stuff. So first we mowed. Second, I went through and I have a pull behind aerator for core aerating. It has been so dry here recently, unfortunately, that we're not able to get as big of plugs as we would like, and the amount of time it would take to water everything, it would cost a lot of time and money, unfortunately. My dogs are now interested in this. So yeah, unfortunately we weren't able to get a huge core out of this, but all I was looking for was just to really start to disturb the top layer of the soil beneath it. So we're able to do that. Next I ran a de-thatch, pull behind de-thatch over it, and that has done more almost than the core aerator did. The de-thatch was able to pull up all the junk that is underneath your grass blades, giving you more access to the soil, which is what we're looking for, so that was fantastic. The 4th step I did, I went out front and I have a low spot where last year I had my water main replaced. I had a leak in the water main. It's a 20-year-old house, so I had to get that replaced. They dug up a nice sized trench, and ultimately that is what has led me to this project. So after I went out and I leveled that out, spread a little bit of grass seed beginning of this year, and because we planted grass seed, I wasn't able to throw down pre-emergent, so the yard really is lacking in terms of appearance, which I'm hoping to correct today. So that's what we're out here doing. So now to the fun part, actually throwing down the product. So I went to my local landscape supplier and I bought LESCO products. So the reason I chose LESCO, used to work at a golf course back in college. LESCO was in LESCO was really all we used, from their marking paint to it was all over the greenskeeper's shop as well. So I know this stuff works. It's just a matter of doing it correctly, and so I'm helping you guys with this process. So I bought Tuf-Turf. This is one of the options for me. So I'm in southern Ohio, so near the transition zone, but still in the cool season zone. So this is a combination of 90% turf type tall fescue variants and 10% of Kentucky bluegrass. So I wanted the Kentucky bluegrass blend because that is known to spread more and repair bare spots, which is what tall fescue, unfortunately, I think from my experience, struggles with. And both of these are all the variants, from the reviews I read, are supposed to handle heat, which this year's been the highest heat we've ever had. So we're gonna throw this down. So I have 50 pounds to cover 12,000 square feet. So we're looking just a touch over 4 pounds of seed per 1,000 square feet. For overseeding, I think that may be a little bit light depending on what you look at, but in terms of this is what was available to me, and I think we'll be able to make this work out well. So we are overseeding, so coverage is not going to be huge. Most of the yard still looks relatively okay, so we're going to concentrate. There are some few spots that are very bare. We're going to concentrate and probably do 2 or 3 passes on those just to get as much coverage as possible and as much germination as possible. So after we put the seed down, I grabbed a 50-pound bag of starter fertilizer. So this is 1424. So just reading the label here, I don't want to get the letters wrong. So total nitrogen is your 14%, and you have your phosphate is so phosphate is your 20%, and then potash is 4%. We have a little bit of iron, and the rest is just filler, I believe, is how this stuff is created. So as it was explained to me, each number is, so your first number is up, second number is down, third number is all around. So your nitrogen is the first number, and that's going to what's give you that upshot of growth and show the immediate effects of the fertilizer. But the down is really what we want. We are heading into fall here, so we don't want to really focus on the around. I want to make sure we're getting roots in it mainly. The spreading out is from spreading the seed, so I'd rather establish root growth so that it not only survives the winter but comes back in spring very, very vibrant and ready to go. So this is supposed to be 5 pounds of fertilizer per 1,000 square feet. So we are a little bit short of that, like I said. So same thing with the seed. We're going to do a little bit of finicking with the numbers here. So they don't have my Scott's Elite spreader on here, but on this setting we have the LESCO rotary model, which is a 16. I found that the Scott's Elite, this could be the same with all their rotaries, 16 for a LESCO converts to a 5 on the dial for the Scott's Elite. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set it at 4.5 to get us just a little bit more, be able to stretch this out just a little bit. I have a little bit of acreage or of yard in the back there that I don't really care because it's in the shade so much that it actually does all right. I really want to focus on the main section back here and the front. So once I'm done with all this, then we're going to roll. So let's go ahead and throw some seed in our hopper here and get going. All right, well, I'm tired now. I did 3 laps around the yard, and I saved, what's this, maybe pound, 2 pounds, maybe 3 at the most. Saved that. I got through 3 rounds. I saw enough coverage that I was happy with. I'm going to save some though so I can do some hand seeding once this starts to come in. If I see some bare spots, we're going to hand seed it. But so that is down. Next we are going to fertilize and then we'll roll it. All right, so we have applied about 48 pounds of seed, 50 pounds of fertilizer on, I think it's a little over 12,000 square feet. Next, turn on the water here. I gotta fill up my roller. I have one of these toes behind my lawnmower. That'll allow me to get the really good seed to soil contact like I'm wanting. And then after that, it's just water, water, water. But I've done, I hope, a good job, and we'll start seeing some results. One more step, and then just continue to keep it moist try to keep it moist for about 2 weeks, as much of the day as possible. So I'll water it at least once every day. Since I have a larger yard, it's harder for me to water it multiple times a day just for how long it takes to water the whole thing with the sprinkler coverage I have. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some good results. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna be out here playing sprinkler juggling for a bit so I don't get hit by that one. Yeah, so we're gonna do this for the next week, and then I'll probably go down to every other day after that for maybe 10 or 12 days, and that should hopefully root everything nice and strong. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please post them down below. Thank you for watching.